Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, is having a messy breakup with his top Korean ally, and this could end up with more legal trouble for Somali in Korea. We're going to get into this today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and we're tracking from beginning to end the Johnny Somali trial as we come to the sentencing here and the repercussions for Ramzi Khalid Ismail in South Korea. So today we're going to be talking about his relationship with his top ally, Hank Yu. Now, we've talked about Hank in the past, and those following this know who Hank is. But just as a little reminder, Hank Yu has been there since the beginning of Somali's antics in Korea and was indeed there with him committing many of these, incidents on the streets of Korea, as you can see here.
Yo, you guys want to be on stream? Oh. That's you're streaming. You want to be on it? No? Well, fuck you, bitch.
And once again, we can also see that, harassment doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be something where you put your hands on somebody. This is definitely them going around harassing and being part of this tag team there in Hongdae in South Korea. Let's watch a little bit more.
Let's go then.
Oh my God!
You guys want to be on stream? No? Yo, you guys want to be on stream? What's up? Yeah, fuck you.
No, I crash it out. I crash it out.
You can see, so you guys can see that Hank is clearly there. He's clearly involved. He's clearly been part of this tag team duo with Somali since he got there in Korea. In many instances with police, they were only navigated because Hank was part of the picture. If Hank was not there, he would not have gotten out of those situations. Now, for those that don't know Hank's background, Hank had a lot of legal troubles in America and was actually removed from America based on some federal criminal charges placed against him. You can see here an article, man known as the Asian Nazi facing federal charges of illegal gun purchases. An East Texas man, that's Hank Yu right there, with a penchant for dressing as a Confederate soldier and singing Dixie online, now faces multiple federal charges related to illegal gun purchases. And this resulted in his imprisonment, as well as him getting his green card revoked, getting kicked out of the United States. So now he can no longer go back to the US. That's off the table for him. And that's absolutely something that was devastating for Hank. And one thing is that when he came to Korea, and this is getting my opening statements, Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, wouldn't have survived without Hank Yu. It was entirely due to his support. And Ramzi borrowed a lot of money from Hank. Let's hear it from Hank himself as we look at an interview with the K-Town Social Club podcast.
This Johnny Somali thing, we did that interview with you in December.
Yeah.
That whole incident where getting jumped and all that, that was like September or October of last year?
October.
It's been almost a year, right?
Right.
So in the past, in all this period of time, you're basically Johnny's savior. You're like people say you're like his sugar daddy, So
And that's not a false application. He literally was doing everything for him, providing food, providing legal support, some place to stay, staying with Hank, along with Hank in his apartment, right? Literally everything. He would not have any connections, be able to navigate without Hank at all whatsoever.
It's kind of like,
It was, yeah.
How much have you personally spent thus far helping and supporting your friend? I mean, it must be a lot of money. Like, how much have you spent so far?
I'm not sure, but I don't buy him alcohol. I mean, I've never bought him alcohol.
Which is a very interesting thing because obviously Johnny was getting that money for alcohol somewhere because he was pretty much constantly drunk. And one of the repeating themes with Johnny Somali was he would get very drunk and then go out and do stupid stuff, kind of crash out, do these streams where he'd be committing crimes. And he even did this during the pendency of the trial, before his first trial. Before the trial date, he got extremely drunk, went out, had a crazy, wild, drunk night, did many things he could have been charged with, although those charges have not come through yet. So there was definitely alcohol there getting into Johnny's system somehow.
I see.
Yeah.
You don't know how much you spent supporting Johnny. Would you say it's over 10,000 US dollars?
Including
Legal fee, everything for Johnny.
legal fees? Yes.
And because of extra money you had to pay because of the inconvenience of Johnny there, over 10,000? Over
Yes.
20,000?
Close to it.
Close to $20,000. You're doing this for a
So
friend.
this was, and mind you, this was actually a year ago. So since then, we got news, and I have sources that have informed me of the actual amount, what it's closer to right now, and it is far over $20,000. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but it is an insane amount of money.
Who, before he even came to Korea, you didn't even know him personally, right?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
That's because like helping him aligns with my own honor compass.
Do you think that if the situation was reversed, Johnny would do as much for you as you've done for him?
Probably not, but
See, now Hank is very accurate there. He does know, as he kind of picks out, that Johnny is a, person of convenience. At least Hank spotted that. And I'm going to feel bad for Hank a little bit here because he went out and gave so much stuff to Johnny. And you're going to see exactly what Johnny says about him in return. So he went out there and did all of this for Johnny. And what does Johnny have to say about him? And this is something he said almost literally a couple months after this interview.
Did you see the Hank
That's what Johnny has to say about Hank Yu. He's there trash talking him. He's there smack talking him, despite the fact he lent him so much money. But it's now come time to collect. Things have changed and the situation has changed. It has been way longer in Korea than Hank or Johnny expected for him to be staying there, getting money, getting legal fees. And this case has gone on far longer than he thought it would. Everybody on the Somali side, and Hank, Johnny's Discord, they were all thinking, hey, he's going to be going home. He's going to be heading to the airport. This is going to be not a thing. They were all in absolute denial about the seriousness of this. But as we reported, and as all the people that were competent with Johnny Somali coverage reported, this was indeed very serious. And this is not something they were just going to wave off and let him get away with. And now that this is done, Hank is actually looking to collect his money. Johnny Somali took so much money from him. And listen, even friendship, even something he was doing as a friendship for his principles, for quote unquote defending free speech, has a price. In fact, there's a very good quote from that exact same podcast, the K-Town Social Club, where Hank explains that really, truly, everything does have a price.
he paid me, like he gave me extra food for like massaging his back and shit.
So you've done a lot of things in providing physical pleasure for men.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Massaging, letting guys grope you.
Hey,
What else have you done?
everyone has a price.
There you go. And apparently for Hank Yu, even his loyalty, friendship, etc., it's got a price too, right? He learned this behavior in jail and he's continuing this behavior over on with Johnny Somali. Now, he's trying to collect, but make sure you guys, if you haven't collected it already, collect your cabbage plushies. They absolutely are adorable. They're still on sale. You can get them in the pinned comment or in the description below. Make sure you catch that right now. But let's get into exactly what's going on here with the breakdown and the collection by Hank against Johnny Somali. So in this is a quote from their Discord, and I censored some of the words here, but you can see the Discord is grilling Hank Yu, and this just went down this month, saying, hey, this is conversation in the Discord. Hey, Hank, you are a B, letting a Somalian midget get over on you. You realize how fake you are? Change your bio to the fakest Korean. Hanky Poo knows it's the truth. How does it feel scared of Ramsey? Hanky Poo's always scared. You're not visiting Ramsey when locked up anymore? Spent 20 to 30,000 on Ramsey. No, actually, and we're going to get into that, the number is much higher. Tell Hanky Poo. Well, Hank got enraged by this, and Hank is actually kind of speaking out, and we got those text messages disclosed to us here. So you see in his handle over here, Patronus N4828 on Telegram, he's in this conversation talking about Ramsey, and it goes like this. Hank says, I have zero obligation to talk to you. I need to take care of a lot of S. And F Ramsey, I don't give an F anymore. He goes to prison over this shit. That's on him. None of my business. And then people respond to him because he said it in that podcast. So much for your honor code, but all right. And Hank responds, well, he's the one who betrayed it, so I don't really care anymore. And then the question is asked, how do you mean? So you gave up on him? And Hank says, yeah, and more. You don't have to know the rest. In time, everything will be clear. They ask, in what sense? In time, everything will be clear. Why? That's all I'm going to say for now. Until then, no one will know S. He goes on to ask, this is the one choice you can make right now to turn your life around and get the internet off your back for good. And by the way, I would agree with that. If Hank actually goes through with pursuing action against Somali, I think that would clean him up and that would get a lot of this off his back, although he still is liable for what he did and responsible for his actions. So Hank responds, you don't have the full story of what I did to Ramsey legally recently. Do you really want to know? And so going beyond that, what we have in our information so far is that he is actually preparing to sue Ramsey civilly to recover that money, which is up to $50,000. That's the general estimate that we're getting from multiple sources, about $50K that Ramsey took from Hank, and that Johnny Somali obviously needs to pay back to him, and he wants to get back from him. And he may indeed, whether he has that money in a bank account or he has that money in the cash that he put in that big backpack that he brought to court, who knows? But this is something he's musing over. So let's look at my judgment here. So Hank has this opportunity to sue Somali in civil court in Korea. And if Hank decides to sue Somali, he will be unable to leave Korea during the civil trial. And that's absolutely massive. Somali lied to everyone, his audience, the police, the judge, and even his former friend Hank. And Hank has said, by the way, that he would sue just about anybody.
So you sue a lot of people, don't you?
I sue a lot of. If anyone with my life, liberty, or property, they're getting sued.
Okay.
So let's leave it at that. Hank has said, anybody messes with my life, liberty, or property, they're getting sued. Let's see, Hank, do you go ahead and press this against Johnny Somali and keep him in Korea even longer? Because, by the way, if he sues, Johnny Somali is going to have to stay there until that trial is concluded. So that'll be even longer Johnny is stuck in Korea, and thus he'd have a massive incentive to pay up. But let's see what happens to Hank. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.